I'm here at Dustcontrol UK with the lovely James. Tell us, I can see some fabulous product behind us, which we'll talk about in more depth in just a moment. But tell us, what does your company do?
We're specialists in high vac extraction systems. So we do centralised vacuum cleaning systems, and we also do source extraction. So taking material away from the point of where it's produced and transporting it through a pipe system down into a centralised unit like this, and bringing the material into one place.
It's a bit bigger than my vacuum at home. So who's your typical customer? Presumably it's not on the domestic side. So who are you working with?
So we deal with companies like Kellogg's, Twinings, AstraZeneca, those type of companies, where they might have a production line. They want to be cleaning their factory line as the production is going and keep the factory working. So it keeps them more efficient and keeps the place healthier, because there's not much dust kicking around in the air and on the floor, and it's much better than using sort of cheap, nasty mobile machines that need a lot of maintenance and don't really work very well.
So we're talking big, large scale. You'd find these in a factory that would be working as the production line are, just to make sure that there's no dust, there's no contamination, nothing like that goes on.
And it enables them to do continuous cleaning, keep the place running efficiently. And this is actually quite a small machine.
Small, really?
It's quite small. So this would just go down one production line perhaps, but that can be scaled up across the whole factory if you want. So the nice thing about this is it can actually be quite a small CapEx project, but we can expand on that as they want.
Okay, so this is small.
Yeah.
How big are we talking then? What's the biggest machine that you've got?
The biggest single machine we do is probably 3 times the size of this, but then they can...
Pretty big.
Yeah, but we have in the past added, say, 4 of those in a line, so the sky is the limit, really.
Okay, so a customer comes to you with a problem or what they want to do, and you come up with a solution.
Yeah.
You pretty much, you can pretty much work to any scale, can you?
Pretty much, yeah. But we do have this advantage of going quite small scale, so we can design bespoke systems for customers and scale up with their operation. It's very flexible and modular, so it's pretty much off-the-shelf stuff, and so we can work with them as they grow, really.
Okay, giving you a bit of a plug here at Dustcontrol. Is there anything exciting or innovative about the technology that you're using in these particular machines that's a bit different maybe to what else is out on the market?
Yeah, okay, so a couple of things really. We have a unique pipe system that is a Dustcontrol copyrighted product, and it's a polymer pipe system, which, as you can see, is slightly flexible, but it also means that it's very easy to install and reconfigure. So the client, if they need to move their production line, they can very easily change this and move it to another location. And this is very highly abrasion resistant and also anti-static throughout, which is a big thing in the food industry and various others. Also, this particular machine is what we call our green system. So it has an airflow sensor and a pressure sensor which monitors whether or not the system is in use. So when you open a plug-in point, it notices that is happening without any cables going around the system, and automatically speeds it up and slows it down according to the number of people on the system. It's
pretty clever.
It is, and green, so it can save a company a lot of power, electricity over time. So if people,
great.
Yeah, and if you were running a factory for 24 hours a day, and you might have a maximum of 4 people using the system, but maybe only 1 for 2 hours, and then 2 for another couple of hours, or none for an hour, then the system will adapt to that and save power accordingly, but always give you the exact performance that you need.
Certainly very interesting, I would imagine, for a lot of the visitors here today, because that's big on everybody's agenda, isn't it, being a little bit more green if we can?
Power's a big thing, yeah. So it's really handy to be able to have that sort of facility now, yeah, and it's becoming more and more a topic on the cards. So, yeah.
What sort of visitor have you had to the stand then? Has it been quite an eclectic mix? Who have you been speaking to?
Very diverse, actually. We've been quite impressed with the show this time. So we've had a nice steady stream of people. I mean, it's now getting on in the afternoon, and as you can see, we've still got people on the stand, yeah. So we've had people doing all sorts of different things. Struggling to think of what they might be, but all sorts of different production types of people, from food to heavy manufacturing, some quite strange requests of different sort of chemical cleaning and things like that.
Keeping you on your toes.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's the good thing, because we can change the stuff to adapt to what people are doing. So.
And as a company, how important has it been to be at a show such as PPMA, where you do have such a high quality visitor, and you're very much in the thick of it? There's loads of new technology, loads of innovation happening. How important is it for Dustcontrol to be here?
Yeah, it is important for us. We've been coming to this show for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's an important show for us. And we're a PPMA member. And yes, the people that you see here are a good standard of visitors. So you get a lead, and you get a good quality lead to go and see, which is very important. We don't need to be driving around the country, you know, just for a laugh. So
yeah. Brilliant news. Well, it's certainly a nice stand you've got here with some fantastic machinery. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll go and see what else we can squeeze in before the end of the day.